Hello students. In the previous lessons, we learned about the major events in the subcontinent's history starting from BC and then AD period. Now we will learn about the Mughal Empire. From 1526 to 1707, the Indian subcontinent came under the rule of one of the greatest, most powerful, and fabulously wealthy dynasties, the Mughals, leading to a period notable for prosperity, administrative reforms, and commercial and cultural trade and contact with the outside world. The Mughals originated in Central Asia and were descended from the Mongol ruler Chinggis Khan and Tamerlane, the great conqueror of Asia. They were a fierce, proud race of warriors, and it was the memory of Tamerlane's raids on India in the 14th century that inspired Babur, the founder of the Mughal dynasty, to invade the subcontinent. The Mughal era itself was a purely Indian historical experience, and the Mughals were distinctive for their attempt to integrate Muslims and Hindus into a united state. We will now look at the individual abilities and achievements of the early and greatest of the Mughal emperors, namely Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur, 1526 till 1530, Nasiruddin Muhammad Humayun, 1530 till 1540, and then 1555 till 1556, Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, 1556 till 1605, Nuruddin Muhammad Jahangir, 1605 till 1627, Shahabuddin Muhammad Shah Jahan, 1628 till 1658, and Muhyiddin Muhammad Aurangzeb, 1658 till 1707. Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur. Babur was born in 1483 in the Fergana Valley of Central Asia into the Chagatai tribe, named for his forefather Chagatai, the second son of Chinggis Khan. He was also a descendant of Tamerlane, on his father's side. Babur's idea of conquering India was inspired, to begin with, by the story of the exploits of Taimur, who had invaded the Indian subcontinent in 1398. Babur's name means tiger in Arabic, a nickname he was given because of his prowess and ferocity as a warrior in battle. Babur was physically strong and agile, and gained the reputation of swimming across any major river he encountered, and being able to run along the parapets of a fort while holding a full-grown man under each arm. But Babur was not only a soldier of distinction, he was also a poet, diarist, and statesman. According to his autobiography written in Persian, he loved to read and enjoyed hunting and nature. Another incentive to invading India came in the form of an invitation from Daulat Khan Lodi, a cousin of Sultan Ibrahim Lodi, to invade India and defeat the Sultan. The two armies clashed at Panipat, and although Ibrahim Lodi's soldiers fought bravely, they were overpowered by the superior tactics, artillery, and experience of Babur's warriors. Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi in the First Battle of Panipat in 1526. In 1527, he crushed the second force of opposition to his invasion, the Rajputs of Mewar under Rana Sanga at Khanwa near Fatehpur Sikri. Babur was on his way to conquering Hindustan and establishing the empire. However, he was unable to fully consolidate his rule due to developments in Central Asia and his own failing health. He died near Lahore in December in 1530, but he was buried in Bagh-e-Babur in Kabul. Nasiruddin Muhammad Humayun, the eldest son of Babur, was born at Kabul on the 6th of March 1508. He was the only son of Maham Sultana but had brothers from other wives of Babur. Humayun received a proper education and was skilled as a warrior. He took active part in the battles of Panipat and Khanwa. Humayun was a scholar at heart, brave and well-meaning. His main weaknesses proved to be his generosity, clemency, and lack of consistency, for he continually forgave any acts of disloyalty towards him from his brothers and others. Humayun fought to maintain his kingdom, but in the end he was driven into exile by the Afghan leader Sher Shah Suri, who was a better and more experienced military commander and tactician at the Battle of Bilgram in 1540. After many hardships fleeing from his enemies, Humayun found refuge with the Shah of Persia, who promised to help him in recovering his kingdom on condition that the province of Kandahar would be returned to the Persian Empire. Humayun had no choice but to agree. Sher Shah died in 1545, and the resulting disunity amongst his family gave Humayun the opportunity of recapturing his lost empire in June 1555 after 12 long years at the Battle of Sirhind. Unfortunately, Humayun did not live for long after the capture of Delhi. He slipped and fractured his skull one day, descending from the stairs of his library, and died 2 days later. He nominated his young son Akbar as his successor. We will continue with this timeline in the next session.